YouTube? Sean in the city here. I just wanted to share a quick overview of the two helmets that I've purchased. This LS2 is for me and this fly helmet is for my girlfriend, so I'll be giving a more thorough review of the LS2, but I wanted to touch on a couple quick things with the fly. So without further ado, here we go. So first of all, where did I get these helmets? I got these helmets off of Amazon just because I have Amazon Prime. I actually bought my bike used, so I had to do something that had delivery, and these were pretty cheap relatively. So for all of you out there who are trying to find something with a budget, this is definitely going to be helpful in understanding what options you have available. I will post in the video the prices because I forget right now how much they were. This one was a little more, but let's get into it. This is the one that I wear. My motorcycle is a dual sport, so I wanted something that was consistent with that, and I'll admit that I bought this. A big reason was the aesthetics. I wanted something that was at least just consistent with the dual sport, and I wanted something that was light. And so when I was searching all of these videos and everything to find my helmet, the dual sport helmets that were Snell approved were very expensive. So this thing looks pretty snazzy, I'm not gonna lie. That factored into my decision. It's consistent. My bike is red, white, and black. I don't know if you can tell on this, but this red is actually more of an orange, so that's kind of lame that the LS2, when they say it's red, it's not really a red. It doesn't quite match the red on my bike. But it's not a major deal. It still looks good, and I'm happy with that. So, and I'm showing you this side because on this side you'll see that I made a little mount for my GoPro, and you're going to see in another video, if you follow, which I would love if you did, that the GoPro mount here I fixed it permanently here with a screw which goes in down here. But anyways, back to the helmet. So this thing, for coming in at just above $100, it gets the job done. I'm not going to complain about the comfort because there was a break-in process. I've had this thing for a couple months now, and I've worn it a lot. So here are the main things to consider when getting this helmet. Number one, it's a budget helmet. It's going to keep you safe. I haven't crashed in it yet, but you know, there's certainly better options. And if you have the money, I would get something that's a little more expensive because the quality is a little bit lacking. And let me show you why. First of all, open up the visor here, and you can see there is this really cool sun visor which pops down from a lever on the side. Now that thing in itself is pretty cool to have, and I've used it a little bit, even though when I'm out there on the road and the sun's in my eyes, I'd rather just tilt my head down a bit and use this visor. But you can't quite put it down there. You need to be at a stop sign if you want to put this thing on. And then I'll show you another thing about it. So you have to lift up the front because to get it down the full way, you're going to want to give it a nudge and to get it in the final position that's down there, and you feel pretty good about it. And once it's down, you feel good. It's pretty clear, and I have no complaints in terms of the material or the you know, no complaints. But when I lift it up, you can see here it doesn't go all the way in anymore, and I've only had this thing for, you know, a month or two, and I can't believe it's already getting stuck. And you know, I'm going to try to open it up, and I plan to look up their warranty and stuff, but that's a little disappointing, I'm not going to lie. I will say that the materials are nice. I would say due to the shape of my head, it was a little bit of a rough braking period. I felt pretty compacted over here, but you know what, I'm not going to hold that against the manufacturer. I mean, how many people's head shapes can they take into account? And it is a little better now. I mean, those were only when I was out there, when I just got the helmet and I was out there for 2-3 hour rides at a time, and I would feel like it was like pressure here. And even then, it really helps me now to make sure I have the helmet securely forward when it's on. One negative factor I would take into consideration is this chin strap. Actually, when you have the helmet in the right position, this chin strap is kind of like on your throat, and I have it in the loosest setting just so it doesn't, so I can hold it far enough forward, but it's still not choking me, and it still pushes. Now, it does feel snug, and when you're just putting it on in the house and you feel that, it seems like a bigger deal than it really is. When you're out there on the road and you have something snug, you're breathing hard, you know, you're leaning over, you're not, just that little bit of pressure isn't actually a major issue, but it is something for comfort to take into consideration. So overall, I mean, I'm like on the fence about whether I would recommend it or not. The fact that it has a sun visor I thought was going to be more important, and that was one of the major factors. Guys, I wouldn't buy a helmet based on a sun visor like this. If the lever mechanism was a little more secure than this little switch, you know, because this thing is already broken 1 month in, and it's a little shameful. But you know, looks good. The other thing to consider when looking at a motorcycle helmet is the noise, and this thing is very noisy and windy. Now, I plan to do a lot of summer camping and off-roading and stuff like that, so I'm not personally going to complain about it too much, but you know, if you're a highway rider, this thing is not for you. First of all, the visor catches wind, which you know, in the helmet's defense, it can be removed what looks to be pretty easily. I haven't done it yet. I mean, a couple of screws. I keep it on there for now, but you know, the visor or not, this thing has some serious air intakes right here. Obviously, this front itself is a massive intake, and I'll show you right here. Here's how you open and close that. Make sure you can see that. Sorry about the angle here. But that's open, that's closed. And you just hear the wind like crazy. So I look forward to getting this thing out in the trail, and I'll do a follow-up video, especially when it's cold, or I'm sorry, when it's warm in the summer and I need to be cool. I think this thing will really shine in that element, but you know, end of the year, sort of winter up here in Philadelphia, and the wind is a little bit annoying at high speeds. I wear a balaclava underneath it to make it a non-issue, but I could see that really, you know, being a problem for some other people. So yeah, that's it. This is a little tight, not this, you know, not the sweetest thing, but for a budget, it's getting the job done, and I needed something quick, and it was on Amazon Prime, so, you know, definitely not 5 stars, but for something that's DOT, whatever. Here, I'll show you too. Next time I buy a helmet, I'm getting Snell, because I'm honestly, you know, this thing is a little bit flexible. I don't know how that would do compared to the Fly helmet. I mean, let me just show you that actually real quick, because it's super important. I mean, safety should be your number one concern, and when I bought the motorcycle, the number one concern there was utility, and so I can't believe I did a decision based on looks. I mean, the thing looks really cool. I can't deny that. I mean, it's a pretty sweet helmet, and I feel good about it, and I do feel safe. And apart from the wind and this little visor, which I can push up and out of the way, even though it's stuck at the top here. I mean, this is brutal. Can you see that? It's like not in all the way. I'm just going to go in, I'm going to take it apart and figure that out. But anyways, you know, safety should be your number one thing. And let me just give you a quick demonstration. This is just DOT, and it's like you can feel the plastic on this thing. Can you see how it squishes in? I mean, that does not feel super secure. Now, this is my girlfriend's helmet, and I don't want to kill my girlfriend. And so when I bought hers, the only thing I was thinking about was safety. And this is Snell, and so I'll do, I guess I can, well, there's no need to do a separate review, but you know, here's the Snell helmet. Let me try to push that in. It's like, I mean, it is rock solid. I guess it's still making those squishy sounds you can hear, but this thing is 100 times more sturdy. It's just a level above. I just have some reflective stickers here, by the way, guys. These are not stock on this type of helmet, but you know, the Snell is a big difference over the DOT. I would not slack in that realm. If I had to do it over again, I would probably just get a Snell and just something like this, and just say, you know what, who cares if it's consistent with the type of friggin' bike that I have. But all right, guys, I hope I didn't miss anything. If I did, please comment and I can add it. You know, I'll be happy to. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope to refine my YouTubing, review, and vlogging skills. But there you have it. Thanks, guys.